Hey guys, welcome to Rogcast. I got my buddy here, Joey Taylor. Joe, how you doing?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Doing well, man. It's been a while. It has been a while. I think the last time we talked was high school, and we graduated in 2014. So it's been about 6 years. It's not 6 years. No, I don't know how to count. Yeah, 6 years. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
um, but man, it's good hearing from you, man. I've seen some of the stuff you've done, man. You've been traveling overseas and doing a lot of your music stuff, which is fantastic to hear. I know you were doing a lot of that in high school. I mean, that's all you did, I think, in high school was music. But
Yeah,
so
definitely. Like it's definitely been a blast in the past. I just like talking and everything, and just yeah, just staying true, just doing the music thing, just trying to, slowly but surely chase the dream.
awesome, man. Um, so with I'm gonna bring this up with you traveling overseas and everything else. Coronavirus right now, man. I have to bring it up because everyone in the world right now with coronavirus, that's how bad it's been. I mean, it's something that has to be brought up. So as of right now in Michigan, 350,000 people have been diagnosed with coronavirus, and about 10,000 has died. Um, I'm sure that's put a pretty big damper on you going overseas and when it comes to you doing music and stuff. Because I'm sure with everything being shut down yet again, schools are out. A lot of those places are being shut down. So I'm sure that's put a pretty big damper on your music. I'm sure.
Yeah, basically just like music and everything. Obviously, there's like no shows, there's no touring, basically everything like that. So it's just like everything just came to like a dead halt. Because I even like if I wasn't making music myself or anything at the time, like I was still like, doing merch for shows or like if I was going on tour, so like during merch we're doing that as well. So I was always like attending or working shows. Like I was doing that, at least a few times a month. So I always had something to look forward to. And now it's just like, the biggest event for the month for me, which was, 10 out of 10 for me, it's just like gone. And then it's just, it is a big damper and everything, but I just feel I want it to come back safely. I want it to come back right, just so we can just all right when it comes back, just enjoy it and not have it taken away again.
Now, I know me and you talked probably about a week ago, and you sent me a video, which I'll go more into towards the end. But so I see that you're doing your own personal covers and personal music. Are you in a band too?
Not at the moment. I'm
Okay.
basically just gonna put more focus on just myself now and everything. I've just been kind of practicing on my vocals and everything because it's been a while. It's been about like what 4 years since I did my last cover and everything, and I just like I wasn't the happiest with it at the time, but I still wanted to put something out. So I just wanted the next time I put something out, I wanted to really be just like positive and confident towards it and
Sure.
just put it out there, get people's feedback and everything, and then just slowly transitioning to become a more of a solo artist.
Gotcha. No, that sounds good. Yeah, I listened to it, and it was fantastic. And like I said, we're gonna give that a shout out. I'm gonna I'm gonna put that link in the description of this video. So guys, after the podcast is done, go ahead and go down to the description. I'll post the link to this video. Check it out. Give him feedback. Give him likes. Um, Before we ended up recording, I talked to you a little bit about it. So it sounds like you're working on some new content. We don't know what it is yet. You don't know if you want to do something personal or another cover. But yeah, just make sure you keep me updated on that so I can let everyone
Yeah,
know when you're
I think
releasing new stuff.
more or less what the more or less what the plan is just I'm just gonna focus on crafting the exact sound that I want for my solo stuff, while in the meantime probably just gotta like pump out covers to keep things just to keep people listening and to keep people wanting to come back and just, not have everyone just waiting.
Sure. No, I get that. No, and like I said, the you can tell, and I encourage everyone that's listening to this and that actually goes to his YouTube channel. Like I said, I'll post the YouTube channel and everything. Um, I'm encouraging people to check out the video from 4 years ago just to see how far you've come when it comes to your vocals. Because the cover from 4 years ago wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. You can tell that it was a novice. You were new, but it wasn't bad though, which is actually a pretty good thing for you. But
Yeah, for
you
something
took
to put out
that,
at first, it was all right.
yeah, and you took that and you said, okay, well, I see an issue. I see that I need to work on this, and this, and then the content that you've just put out is fucking great, and you can hit these high notes that you probably couldn't hit 4 years ago. But holy crap, man, it's great. It's great, and yeah, I encourage you to keep on doing it. And like I said, I'm gonna let everyone know. Everyone, you guys need to check out this. Check out Joey because his content is fire. And I mean, even if if some of you guys want to comment under his video and give him some cover suggestions, it doesn't mean he will, but if there's if there's anything
No,
you
I'm
guys
always
like,
open
hey,
for
I like his
suggestions for
voice.
sure.
Oh yeah, if you guys like his voice and you're like, hey, this song might sound great too for you to cover, give him suggestions. That's what helps us create good content. When people are like, hey, you know what, I like your voice. I think your voice would sound good. Would sound good with this song. Yeah, guys, I encourage you to do that. Like I said, I'll post his YouTube channel down below, and you guys go ahead and check that out. Before we were recording, me and Joe were talking about some of the old school stories we had, because me and Joe are in Michigan, and we grew up in a small town. I'm not going to name it because I'm not going to go that far into it. But so we actually went to elementary, middle school, and high school all together.
Yes,
Most of our
sir.
stories though are from middle school. But one of the things that I remember actually happening was so me and Joe were, and I'm sure Joe remembers this. Me and Joe were hanging out. I think it was on a weekend or whatever, and it was like, I don't know, 11 o'clock at night. And of course we're in middle school, so we're immature little guys, whatever. So we jump on Omegle. So
The best place.
oh man, so many memories. I just remember just sitting there. I think we were just listening to music and chilling or whatever. You were showing me new music because I remember that's when me and you both were into uh what was it, like Chiodos and stuff like that, like
Yeah,
that
Chiodos,
style of
yeah, Chiodos
music.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I was doing back then too, just checking out new bands.
Oh
There
yeah.
was new
So,
shit every week, it felt.
but I remember we were sitting there listening to music, and you're like, "I'll just jump on Omegle and have some fun." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever." So we ended up doing video chat, and every third video was a penis. Every time
Yeah.
it was without, and dude, and it was so funny because like there was a couple of them that they saw that we were just a bunch of middle school kids, and they just sat there, like they didn't stop the video, like, oh shit. It's like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, it's almost like they were encouraging the stare. You never know.
But yeah, dude. And I remember, man, this shit was crazy. I mean, people are crazy on there. I mean, I
Yeah,
haven't
we
been
did
on there, and
with the amount of, penises and everything that were on there, we definitely want to go in there for a confidence boost. Man.
oh yeah, dude. Some of
You
the, I
see
mean,
Thor's
there was
hammer on
points
there,
where
it's
you couldn't even
crazy.
tell what it was.
Yeah.
Um, and then Joe just told me, I didn't know this, but so we had the same class in middle school when we hit sixth grade. We're brand new to the middle school life. I don't remember when it was throughout the year. You never said, but so Joe being into the music that he is, he's into a lot of the harder music like Rage Against the Machines, specifically at the time. So Joe got called down to the office over a bomb threat, supposedly. So
Yeah.
so you said you drew. What did you draw on the desk?
So simply all I did was just on like, loose leaf piece of paper, just wrote bomb track on a piece of paper, and I just put a wick in the O. And she basically just took it, sent it to the office, and then I got sent down there as well. And then I had to sit next to her cot for like the next 4 hours and just couldn't eat lunch. My parents were contacted, like I was being interrogated. They kept pulling up like Wikipedias of the band, the lyrics, like their whole like stance and everything they believed in
The
because they were
the
really
cop
big into
looks at you, man. This is
politics.
some pretty good shit.
Dude, it was just crazy though.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy though. Well, the reason why it's crazy is, so you just brought this up to me before we started recording, and I didn't know about this. So the school never evacuated the building.
No.
The school never said anything like, "Hey guys, we have a potential bomb threat." Da, 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 da. They're just like, "Hey, let's just send them to lunch, and if they survive, they survive."
Yeah, I guess so. 'Cause, I mean, it was, conveniently it wasn't lunchtime too.
Yeah, I know. It was just like, and then you told me, so they made you sit there for 4 hours, and they wouldn't let you use the bathroom. They wouldn't let you eat, even though you had your lunch with you.
Yeah, I had my
So
lunch
what,
with
do
me
they
too, and they
think that
wouldn't
it's
even let
in the
me eat.
bag? I mean,
No, they already like checked it and everything because they had I mean, obviously I got like pat down and they fucking checked their everything too because they were taking it dead serious,
oh
which
sure,
I get, which
yeah.
fair, but man, it was it was definitely really weird to like come home. My parents like I'm home from school. I was like, oh, it's kind of like a bomb threat today, and they're just like, what the like,
That's
I was like, yeah,
that's something that a parent loves to hear from their kid. Yeah, yeah, they thought I was a bomb threat today. I'm sorry, what?
it's probably the one night my parents didn't ask me if I did my homework. I probably got away with it that night.
Jesus, that's
Yeah, it's
fucking
too
crazy,
much
man.
other shit
It's
to
so
think about,
crazy. Dude, and you know what though? Like middle school was probably the craziest time for us because elementary school was one thing where, we were still pretty young, and we just wanted to go and hang out and do whatever. And then once we hit middle school, it's like, okay, the dating life started
It's like
getting
you're,
real.
yeah, that like girls, you just hit a teenage life and you feel like there's no rules yet because you can't really get in trouble unless like you kill someone.
Yeah, I
Like
know
unless you
exactly.
don't do like federal criminal shit, like
Oh
you
yeah.
just get a slap on the wrist. Like you just fucking, you know,
But
be a
the bad thing
kid.
and it's like middle school was such a great time, but fucking middle schoolers are fucking assholes. I mean, high schoolers are too. Anyway, all kids are assholes.
Oh
But
yeah.
I remember, so you obviously, those that don't know. So I grow facial hair very, very easily. I had a full mustache by like fourth grade. So by the time I hit like, sixth grade,
Perfect.
I had a pretty hardcore, fucking stash going on. Um, I liked this girl, and I talked to her, and she's like, "I'll date you if you shave your mustache." This is a legit story. I'm not fabricating nothing. Hey, I'll date you if you shave your mustache. And I think this was in like seventh grade that this ended up happening. I'm like, okay, that's pretty easy. Went home, hey mom, because my parents aren't together, so I went to my mom. Hey, can we shave my mustache? Oh yeah, well, finally.
You
So
get the
get
whole
rid of that
talk and
thing.
everything with the
I
shaving
think that thing
cream.
moves on its own. So she's like, yeah, we'll shave it. So we shaved the next day going, and she was like, oh my God, I can't believe you shaved it. And I'm like, so like, are we cool? And she's like, well, no, I'm not going to date you. Like, you, the fuck? The hell was that?
The bait and switch. That's what that was.
Oh
Come
yeah, no,
on.
dude, fucking kids are brutal. Kids are brutal. But dude, I mean, so many good
That
memories
that's
though.
that. Well, that's what like kids at like middle school too like ask about as a joke and everything too. Like, and obviously like a more attractive like girl, for example. I'm just it could have been either or. Would ask out like a not obviously like wouldn't be on the same level as her guy, and then like obviously they say yes and to tell them they were just joking. Like it was rough. Like some kids like took it rough. People are assholes, dude.
Oh yeah, dude, no, it was bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nothing was the same.
it was pretty bad at one point because I mean, but that's where they had to learn the mentality of like, listen, like you don't do those type of things and whatever. But like, yeah, it was a pretty brutal time because like
Well, that's what like
these
you. I feel like
girls.
you make like the most of your mistakes socially. You know?
Oh yeah, I mean, it just gets worse at by high school because high school it just
Yeah.
becomes more real and it's
Well,
a
it
larger
comes more of a
crowd of
pissing
more mature
contest too.
people. What's that?
It comes more of like a pissing contest too.
Oh god, I know it's so fucking horrible. Um, but I know we were talking about. So there is a. I thought it was eighth grade. So me and Joey are sitting in class, and there's this girl sitting behind him, and Joe was the type that he would just piss people off because he was funny.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. This girl didn't. So I remember like she kept making noise and she started yelling and stuff. And the teacher told her to calm down, whatever. Eventually, this girl just gets up and just takes her fucking nails and runs it down Joey's arm. Just completely brutalizes his arm.
Yeah, she does it like two or three times, like as hard as she could too. Like just straight down like my forearm, like long like strides too and everything. So like yeah, shit, that it was that drew blood and that shit hurt. I definitely pissed her off too much that day.
Dude, that was bad though because like everyone was laughing about it. They're like, ah ha ha, what the fuck? She's crazy. But like I don't think anyone realized how hurt you were until after she had left the room because then like you're like, hey,
No, I didn't realize it either too, because like obviously like the blood's not gonna come out that quick, you know?
yeah, because she like
So
almost
obviously it just
skinned.
kind of burned and everything, but like yeah, it fucking like it was like that it's like a heat burn, because it was so quick.
Well, yeah, yeah.
So you
And
felt
the
like
bad
that
thing is like,
friction.
how gross that is. Like, so if her nails were long enough to scratch you like that, like, I
Right.
mean, unless she just washed her hands, and even then, I'm sure that you can. I mean, I'm not a scientist, I don't fucking know, but
Right,
there's
right, right,
probably
right.
bacteria sitting under her nails, and then she scratches the shit out of you. So like, she just double assaulted you, and I just remember like that was the roughest time. I think like I was actually physically concerned at one point. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh no,
Did
knowing me too, I probably prayed it off so well. I had like my hand over my
I mean?
forehead and everything, like a damsel in distress.
Oh yeah, no, we
I was
have to
calling
at
my
that point.
lawyer. No.
Oh hell, dude, what did your mom say about that?
I mean,
Like,
she's definitely not happy. She's definitely, had an earful for the person she talked to on the phone and everything. But it's just, what more could be done after? I mean, I kind of learned. I just, didn't really talk shit to her anymore, and then just kind of just
you're like,
kind
I
of just
learned my
moved on
lesson.
from it. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's like I just, let's shoot my shit to someone else.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, like that's the bad thing though. Is like people are 8th grade was that time where you're like, I'm adult, I'm a grown up now, I'm going to high school and da 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 da, and yeah, because it seemed like, and I know we talked about it already, but it seemed like so the further on you get, so like we never really had fights in elementary school, but
No.
yeah, there was no fights in elementary school. But then, so you have 6th grade, we'd get some crazy fights, but it wasn't like nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
7th grade comes around, and like we had an experience with a crazy fight in 7th grade because somebody got thrown through a window, which
Yeah.
was pretty bad. 8th grade, I don't remember too many more fights after that because like I kind of hung out in a cove, so it was what it was. And then,
Yeah. Was what it was.
but once we got to high school, it was like no holds bar. Like there was people ripping each other's hair out and like shit like that. I mean, there was a guy
Oh,
that
dude,
had four teeth
you're
busted out.
intermingling the four zoos and the one. You know what I mean? They're all
God,
not gonna
dude.
like each other. There was already
Oh
some like
yeah,
stupid, like, Franklin Adams thing.
yeah, and that's so stupid. It was so stupid, and like I remember, like specifically, they had to quarantine an entire level of um of our high school because there was these two girls got in a fight. They ripped each other's hair out of their head physically, like they physically ripped it out of their head. So there was blood and hair all over the, and they can't send us out in the hallway because like that's a giant like violation when it comes to like OSHA and stuff, and that's just hazmat. Like they can't send us out
Yeah,
into
like there's
a
like the
bloody ass
bloodborne
hallway.
pathogens type thing too and
Oh yeah,
everything.
so they can't send us out into a fucking nasty ass hallway. So like they had to quarantine everyone in their rooms until it got cleaned up, and but ripping each other's hair out. I mean, how
Yeah.
what? I mean, the fighting that we saw in high school is nothing compared to like what my parents have seen, because like so my stepmother went to the other high school that's in that area, and when she was in high school, she was telling me a story. This was a while ago. She saw someone was thrown from the second level down to the first level of the stairwell. So it's
That's
just,
tough.
I'm just like, what?
You're
So
probably
it's
gonna
like,
fall, you're probably gonna crack something,
right?
probably gonna get the wind knocked out of you too. Like, oh, you're just done.
Oh yeah,
Like
but
you're
I
defenseless
like,
at that point. You're just done.
oh yeah, no, you might as well just call it quits. But compared to how we nowadays, God, I don't even want to know. I mean, I hate to say it, but like a lot of the newer generation, their um, what is the word I'm looking for? Their patience with other people is very very little. So I couldn't even imagine the fighting that happens. I mean, right now, obviously nothing because of COVID, but before, how bad the
Yeah.
fightings were getting. But
Was it we definitely grew up too in like in the start of like the instant gratification, you know?
yeah,
Because
oh
we
yeah,
started when I remember when I got my first phone, it was like like a messenger too on like Metro or something, right?
yeah,
So like it was cool, like texting was fast, had a keyboard, everything was sick, but like internet was awful. Like everything was so slow because it was on like 2G or 3G. I don't even remember.
yeah,
Probably 3G at that point, early on. But
oh
yeah,
yeah,
just
no,
like now everything is just, I mean, it's just so quick, which is nice and everything, but it's just like the instant gratification a lot of time isn't there when like you're working towards some sort of like progressions and more of like a reality standpoint. I feel
sure,
like that might like hold certain people back nowadays. But
oh yeah,
also like having that as well allows other people to have easier access to that. So it all depends on how you use it.
yeah, yeah, and I mean, though, I also think it depends on how you were raised because I know, I mean, obviously, I know your parents, and your parents were, they were pretty stern on you, and so were mine. So we were made to grow up and made to respect other people. But
Yeah.
in really what it was is I'm not saying that everyone, those other people didn't have respect or that their parents were bad because I would never say that. But it's like situations some people were put in high school that they did get in fights. Some of them were just like just stupid. It was over the stupidest shit. But then there was some that was like, okay, yeah, this is a little more serious, and it's like, listen, you got to defend yourself. I mean, my mom told me, and this is how it's always been. And I mean, some people might judge a little harsher on it, but it's like, listen, if someone's attacking you, I mean, it's no holds bar. I mean, you be the bigger person. Like if they start hitting on you, it's a totally separate situation. Walk away from it at first, but as soon as they start laying a hand on you, I mean, you just go
Right,
for it.
right. I
It
mean,
is what it
I
is.
mean, if they're gonna start swinging on you, like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you need to defend yourself.
Yeah.
But luckily, I never had to. I never had to get into that situation because
No, I never had
I was a
issues like
band nerd.
that. No, yeah, I usually lay low, and then if any attention was paid to me, I just try to make people laugh. So it was just, it's pretty simple.
Oh yeah.
Because like I mean, like
Um.
it's like we kind of mentioned earlier, at that point, like all I was doing was just listening to music, and just that's all I was focused on at that point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, which I mean, honestly, I wish I would have done that in a different aspect though. The band thing was cool for me because I got to learn the drums and piano and a lot of that other stuff. But
Dude, yeah, piano is something I'm jealous of.
oh, dude, piano's so easy. If you know your ABCs, you're fine. It's literally it's as weird as that sounds. Piano's all ABCs. Um, but um, but yeah, dude, high school was fun, but it's definitely a scary experience going into it, and then you realize, okay, no, by senior year, everyone's pretty much like, hey, listen, we don't want to be here, so we'll just deal with everyone while we're here, and then we're out.
It's just, yeah, it's weird watching everyone be in the same place and then go such separate ways.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's
Well,
what's
yeah,
different
because I
about it
mean,
too. To see so many people you just didn't think would be in certain situations. Like some people, like you have the one thing that you thought were going to be successful, maybe not. Maybe they're not doing bad, but they're just not where you thought they would be. And then the opposite, kids who just you thought would be shit are just doing all right.
oh yeah, oh yeah. No, it's crazy
So it's
because
weird.
so like I said, now I don't talk to a lot of people back from high school. It just yeah, I don't know. I guess when I left high school, I didn't really leave a good impression on a lot of people because I was kind of an asshole, which it is what it is. It's just that's who I was at the time. But
Live and
I
learn.
talk. I see a lot of what people. I see what a lot of people are posting, and posting their life, and some of them have kids now, and we've hit that age where a
Which
lot
is
of the
weird
kids. It is,
because
yeah. Because I
it's not just like the high school pregnancies anymore. These are actual like
this is like someone's created a family.
relationship kids. Yeah, yeah. It's not just like that. This
Yeah,
is
and
someone's
people
accident.
are
So to
and
say.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy because it's like now it's become more real. Like we're
Yeah.
adults, so yeah, it's it's pretty crazy. But yeah, high school was crazy. But okay, Joe. Well, listen, guys. So go ahead and check Joe out. Like I said, I want to post all this stuff down in the description for you guys, so you guys can click on the link and check it out. Check him out though at youtube.com/user/Joey Taylor Vocals. That's where you can see the new cover that he just released, which is it's called Bloodsport by Sleep Token. It's a great cover, guys. Check it out and give him feedback, give him likes, do everything you guys can to support him. And then Joe, I know I'll keep in touch and we'll make sure that we let everyone know when you're getting ready to release new content. But if you guys want to actually subscribe to his channel so that you guys can keep updated with the things that he's releasing, which I'll make sure that I also do because it's good stuff, guys. And then also check him out on Instagram at the Joey Taylor, because I'm sure that Joe, and I don't know if you post anything on there about your music. I'm sure that you do,
Yeah,
about
just like
releasing new
obviously
content.
music and just a little bit of personal life shit. So if you want to see my pretty face sometimes, if you don't think it's pretty, that's fine too. You can do that as well.
Yeah, guys. So check him out at the Joey Taylor on Instagram. That would be awesome. Um, Other than that, guys, I think we're good for this podcast. Joe, I appreciate you being the first. This is the first episode, so I appreciate you kickstarting this for me.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that. I appreciate that. Well
Oh yeah,
done.
dude. No, this is super exciting. I'm very excited to get some of this stuff out, and I do appreciate you doing the first one. So, guys, do me a favor. If you guys did like this podcast, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe if you guys want to see more, and we'll see you guys all later.